YouTube channel. I'm Liam. Today I'm going to do previewing round 6's SuperCoach round. Now, a few questions need to be answered. What do we do with Ridley? Is Dangerfield going to mess us up again? The Sydney rookies, are they time to cull? And who do we captain this week? So first up, Ridley. I am personally going to hold. I did trade Daniel last week, but I believe Ridley is a top 6, if not top 3 defender for the year. He'll probably be out for 1 week with his concussion, and I hope Kaczynski can get the 50 to cover Ridley. Even better if he goes more, but that's my hope. Lockie Jones is a handy one to bring in this week to cover Ridley as well, and I'll be looking to do that with most likely trading one of the Sydney rookies, Braden Campbell, who's got to his break even. I don't see him pushing up too much higher from that, and the Sydney rookies have a possibility of being managed this week or even in the next couple of weeks. So that's something I'm looking at doing as a cover for Ridley, going Campbell to Jones via some DPP. I don't know how I'll do that as of yet. Most likely Laird will come into the midfield to do that. Dangerfield, you just have to hope he plays. I've got Rowe as a cover for him. If you don't have cover, McCreary is an option to go down to, but I wouldn't. He's a forward pocket role, and it does clog up your forward line, which is doing pretty decent this year. So you don't want any dead weight clogging up that forward line. I'd like it to be flexible with a lot of mid forwards. Because even Danaher scoring well, it's hard to. He has to stay there at F6. Same as Warner at F5. It's just a bit tough, and even MP that I brought in last week. It's just hard for them to move anywhere, especially with me having Martin and Scott and Campbell with mid forward status. It's hard to manipulate around as of that. But if you do have some space in the forward line, McCreary is an option. Mansell probably not the biggest option. I would certainly go Jones over him. His job security probably isn't the best at Richmond. He does make you a bit of cash off Highmore, but I'm refusing to trade Highmore as of yet. He's just got such a good break even. If he gets a game, he'll pop up a nice amount. People to bring in this week, there's a whole lot of players you could bring in. Gorn, if you don't have him, certainly be looking at targeting him. Zeeble, if you don't have him, it's still probably not too late, but it's just a bit annoying that you have to spend 220k more. Dunkley's been a gun. McRae's been a gun. I don't see them slowing down as of yet. Wait on Withered. Mummy's a funny one. You don't go near him, but pretty funny. He's averaging 130 for his 2 weeks, which Flynn was in his place for that, but he's coming back this week, so no need to worry about him. Again, any of these Steel Lions probably wouldn't target Greenwood that much. Fife is an option, but never with his injury history. Tom Stewart had a great week last week. Even though against North, I see him still doing very well. Merritt finally broke the 110 barrier. Any of these. Lockie Neal's probably the biggest talking point. He's down 140k. Is he over his back injury? I think he is. The only problem this week is probably going to get a tag from Curnow, so I'm refrain from doing it this week. But I see a lot of people jumping on him in the next couple of weeks. He's finally found some form and he's back to his usual scoring levels. As I said, not this week, but certainly in future weeks. You could go early, but just be wary. Don't complain if he goes 75. The other talking point is Taylor Walker. If you have him, I personally would trade if he is out. He's made your 190k. I don't see him as a top 6 forward. I see him drifting later on in the year. You can get him to any of these. You can get him to a Neil for 70k. You wouldn't have said that at the start of the season. You can get him to an Oliver for about 120. McRae for 150. You wouldn't be seeing those numbers usually. Or even if you're in the forward line, you get him for a Dunkley for 130. I would be trading Walker if I was, and I wouldn't want to probably go down. He's just you don't want to waste unless you're doing a big switcheroo with your positions. I would only go up for him, and you should have plenty of mid forwards in your couple of mid forwards in your midfield to bring in a pretty decent primo midfielder, which will be handy. And it's pretty much a upgrade done for your season, and not many people would be able to say that, especially mine. I've been flipping around with all these rookies, and I've wasted 7 trades. I don't think I've made a pretty good upgrade as of yet. Soon I will, hoping to with the Campbell to Jones will give me 175, and then in probably next week get rid of a Scott, Brockman, McNeil type. Give me another 100k and then upgrade a Cox or Goulden. Goulden's probably still got a few more weeks. Powell's got a few more weeks. Even possibly a Jordan. Or if Warner starts to slow down, up to a primo midfielder. I like to keep Sharp as a loopy-de-loop option. I don't see him playing at Brisbane for the rest of the season, that mid-defence with Laird. Wouldn't do it as of now with having Ridley and Highmore not playing, but if Highmore's definitely playing, it's a very nice little loop option through that. And you can loop with Highmore playing the last game if you do have a Jones and a Kaczynski, or anyone with Jones and Highmore. You can play the loop this week, so that's what I will be doing as well, and I'll be looping Scott with Jordan as well. With Sharp as Bulldogs having the first game, captain options is a tough one this week. I'm tempted to go McRae, but Gawn, I always want to have a VC or C on Gawn. Playing Richmond, which might be a little bit of a tough matchup, but then Grundy's got Peter Wright, Essendon to ruck against, so that's where I'll be going with and using Highmore as the loop in that. So good luck with your trades this week. Hopefully I've given you some good insights, and I'll be back on Sunday night with hopefully a positive review. Thanks for listening.